The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I'm your host Blackjack, and joining me, of course, is my co-host Baba Gusta and our admin Mr. Reborn, as we are going to be moving into the game between Team Area 69 and Saver Esports on day 4 of Division 3 in Season 3. Unfortunately for today, we only have 2 games because there have been a few issues that have caused the first 2 games of today to go offline, meaning that this game between Team Area 69 and Saver Esports will be followed by Team Selfnade versus Monkas. So 2 very exciting games for that matter. Both of them should be very entertaining for all of our viewers at home indeed. And speaking of at home, Baba, how do you feel at home today?
Well, I'm doing fine, Jack, and it's quite interesting to see with the match which is going on, Seva Esports versus Area 69. We have seen multiple round of matches. We saw Coastline, we saw Border, but this time we're going to be seeing these 2 players go up on a map like Villa. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategies that both of these players has to provide here.
Absolutely. And, a little bit of backstory about both of these teams right here. In this league's, in Season 3, of the W Black the Esports Club League so far as I'm aware, Sava Esports have not had a good season at all. From as far as I can tell, they haven't won a single game between these last few match days that we've had. They took on Team Super on Villa. They were completely 7-0'd on Villa, which was a map that, which was a match that was very, very surprising for all of our viewers and both me and Foxy who were casting that game, because Seva Esports in the qualifiers were 7-0ing and 7-1ing everybody on their completely dominating path to the divisions. And now in the divisions, they've lost 7-0 a few times. Not just 7-0, of course. They've had a few games which went close, but unfortunately, the biggest thing we've seen from them was unfortunately not the best that we've seen from them. Area 16 have had a better time in the league so far, but again, both these teams have to, of course, make sure they have their game on they bring their A game, excuse me, because in Division 3 you can get eliminated if you don't have enough points towards the end of the season, and looks like both of these teams have in fact given us the ready signal. So we will be moving into the game nice and quickly, unless Skiff is saying that apparently Seva had picked defense. Now we're gonna have to confirm with the admins really quickly, and if that is the case, we will be heading into a admin requested rehost. But again, we are not sure about that just yet. Looks like yep, we are gonna be going into the rehost, and well, unfortunate for everybody who just joined us because the game was starting, but we're gonna have to go into a rehost really nice and quickly to get all of the information in proper order. So just stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with the match: Save Esports versus Team Area 69. Between Saver Esports and Team Area 69 right here on Villa, as we've just got everything back in order. Now, it might be a little confusing for all of our viewers who are visually following the game rather than looking out actively at the top end of your screens, but the blue team is going to be defending and the orange team is going to be attacking. You can set it can be set, excuse me, of course, in custom games, and Save Esports are on the defense, so they'll be the first ones to ban, and their first ban will be the Thatcher. Of course, we've seen Thatcher bans quite a bit. Not only Villa, we've seen Thatcher get banned in a lot of places, a lot of maps, and there we go. The second ban from the side of Team Area 69 is going to be the Montaigne. That's your attackers right there, Thatcher and Monty. And again, fairly standard bans when it comes to this particular match. Nothing too specific. You're not getting into, say, like a Nomad ban that you have sometimes, or a targeted Blackbeard ban, or sometimes even an Ash ban. We've seen that before, but nope, no target bans here, as we're going to have the Echo ban from the side of Team Area 69 to round things off from their end. And of course, that leaves only one defender remaining to be banned from the side of Seva Esports. Excuse me. Save, of course, they have their operator selected, and it's going to be the Mira, so nothing special here. We know exactly why these operators are banned, and for when it comes to Mira, we know why she's banned here as well, given that she can actually be very, very tough to challenge as an attacker on several map sites. With that being said, we're going to be moving into round one of this game very nice and quickly. But before we do, let's have a quick look at both of these rosters from the side of both of these amazing teams. We've got Skeefy, Warhead, Turtonator, Darkside, and Chris Ross from the side of Save Esports. And from the side of Team Area 69, we've got Aussie, Money, Zim, Spidey Time, and Orange Barcode Guy. This looks to be an absolutely beautiful game right there, as we have some shameless plugins coming in from the side of all of our beautiful players on this stream. But Baba Gusa, how do you think this match is about to proceed right here, given what we've seen from both of these teams in Division 3 so far?
Well, Jack, with the bans that have been going on, especially Mira being banned, she is quite, powerful when it comes to using her Black Mirrors, especially an Aviator room, which in fact she'll get way much more access towards on reading room for the attackers in order to push from this side. The main attack which would arrive would definitely be from reading room, and since the Mira being banned, of course, using that tactic would be absolutely difficult. So they have to figure out a way. Maximum, we would see a Vamai being used with the deployable shield to hold from the stairs of 90 Hollow being currently situated from main stairs, but with that also not being available, we're just going to see a little bit of roam here from Chris Ross, who's going to be playing as Valk, as we are going to proceed to action phase now. A lot of roam as well as rotation being used here from Seva Esports, especially Skeepy using his impact grenades to make a rotation hole from the astronomy room, just to provide faster access towards, and he also has the warhead to provide support indeed, with quite a lot of utilities being placed, a lot of barbed wires being used from the bedroom instead, just to make sure if they do get in, they would just take a lot of time being wasted from here, there and there itself. Drone work being used from the attackers of Team Area 69, as we are going to see Oxy, who's going to be playing as IQ. She's going to push in through the astronomy. She still needs to be careful that there is Jaeger who's holding on, and what a C4 to start off the match with Chris Ross, who's going to be taking out Oxy, and Skeefy on the other hand taking out Zim. That is IQ and Jackal off the board. And for Team Seva Esports, this is quite looking good there. It's a quite good start, but still, they have the diffuser on their hand now with the Nomad. She still has her air that she can be able to make sure that if she can be able to use her to make sure that a flank would never arrive, which is either going to come through from the bathrooms or at the statuary room. In fact, that is Warhead, who's actually playing from that room instead. Sees the head of Money, and he will eventually take it out. That's the diffuser down instead. And with that, only 2 players remaining, Spidey Time and Barcode. And they will somehow figure out a way to at least take the frag out or get the diffuser to hopefully plant in time here. Spidey Time playing from the 90s hallway. He knows there is one guy who is playing from the axis here. Instead, he's just going to get taken down from none other than Skeefy, who was in fact flanking from the main stairs. And now it is all down to Barcode, who's going to be playing as Zofia to close this one out. He's just playing outside. I believe he's just going to waste a lot of time right from the ruins spawn. Hopefully, they're just going to take their sweet time to get to know what's wrong has been going on. And I believe this is definitely 1-0 for Seva Esports here, Jack. And I would definitely say like they need to figure out a way to think about their attacking strategy, as we already did see 3 of their attackers in which they were currently being situated from the bathroom was immediately taken out from none other than Skiffy, as well as Chris, with a beautiful C4 being displaced from the bathroom itself. There you go, 10 seconds on the clock. He eventually saw Jaeger, eventually he won't be able to take him out. Will take out Chris Ross, but won't be worse for wear. And look at that, Seva Esports winning their first defense on Aviator Room site on Map Villa.
Well, that went definitely a lot better than expected from Save Esports. Looks like they might just be on a track to getting their points on board and getting themselves nice and quickly some rounds to win this match. And if they do, that will definitely be good for them, because they do desperately need it right now, because otherwise it's not going to be a good time. If you're a Seva Esports fan, you want to make sure that your support is going in the right direction, and Seva wants to make sure that their points are headed in the right direction, as we see a double 6-pick, one from Spidey Time out of the Ash into the Decabi, and one from Chris Ross out of the Alibi into looks like the Mozzie. He's just confirming with his team. And we're going to be moving into second floor trophy and a statutory from the side of Savory Esports defense. Team Area 69, of course, they had a bit of a weird first round. You usually don't see Team Area 69 get completely demolished in the very first round of play, but unfortunately they were, and they were on the receiving end of the Save Esports treatment, if you will, that we saw way back at the qualifiers. And this match, maybe Save Esports, that first round, as an indication of a return to form for them after a week of just complete no-shows. And Area 69, if they are able to utilize this round, comprehensively, without any losses on their board, the same way Save Esports did round 1, then maybe we might be in for a pretty close and fun game as well. You can never tell when it comes to Rainbow Six. A lot of things can happen. There's a ton of factors that go into deciding who wins or loses a match, and it's very early in the game to actually have a grasp of what those factors are and where they're leaning. Aussie looks like he's going to have a drone to support him as he moves in from below. Zim is going to be playing the Jackal this time around. He wants to definitely put that Jackal to better use. Despite him, curiously enough, we saw him switch into the Dekebi, but he's not actually using his... Well, I won't say his favorite operators, but the operators he has come alive with the most, the SAT duo, Hibana and the Echo. He's using the Dekebi for his team right now, but maybe giving him the Hibana would be something that gives him the frag potential that we know him to have. Of course, the man's had quite a few aces already in Division 3, in Season 3, and there we go. The first Dekebi call seems to have come out from the side of Spidey Time, as the Mozzie has been spotted from Zim's drone. That's Chris Ross. I think he's being chased. He's going to be taken out. The IQ LMG comes up, and there we go. Aussie gets that kill. Chris Ross is down. It's a 5v4 really quickly. And this is what I was talking about with Saver Esports. They have a drone at the very least to support whoever is making an aggressive push. And you can see the number of drones right now. One spotting Warhead on the red carpet stairs by Aviator Room. Hibana, in the meanwhile, is going to be doing the main grid. Zim is pushing Skiffy there to contest him. And meanwhile, we've got money here inside of the walk-in closet. The Matchday is going to spot him as Skiffy gets taken out by Spidey Time. That is the Dekebi coming on board, and that makes it a 5v3. Suddenly, Saver Esports on the back foot right here, and slowly but surely, Team Area 69 are pushing in for this, are going in for this push. Warhead, he's got to take out that call that he's taken, and there we go. The phone is taken out, but Zim is going to take down Darkseid in the meanwhile. 5v2 right now. Nothing going in the favor of Seva as Spidey has ran his way into sight. He's looking for people with his SMG-12, but right now, Austin's going to find Warhead. It's all down to Terminator in a 1v5, and he will not be able to do anything as Team Area 69 come out with a flawless round on round 2. Absolutely unstoppable in their push to sight, isolating and executing on each and every member of Save Esports to win round 2, equalizing the early game score to 1-1 on round 3.
Well, great plays coming from Team Area 69, especially the dangerous combo of Dokebi and Jackal, finding the footsteps of not only the roamers but also taking them out. And with that, claiming the victory of their first attack, we are going to see Seva Esports defending on the trophy room yet again. So I believe they still needs to be careful on the Kebi's calls. Now, when it comes to Dokebi's counter, we do know for the fact that I mean, you can actually still use Echo, but since Echo has been banned, it would also be a good factor here to just, take mute with the help of his mute jammers instead of using the call. If you just be on the AoE side of the mute jammer, it would just instantly cancel the call. And I would definitely say that taking mute would be a better option here for Team Seva Esports, but since we are not going to see them taking mute, we're just going to see them using the same operators instead. We still have Skiffy with the Vigil, as well as Chris Ross, who is actually playing as Mozzie. And now he still needs to be careful now, because as we saw on the previous round, he actually did taken out by Oxy, who was currently creeping up from the kitchen entrance, immediately taking out Mozzie, who was currently from downstairs. And with that, we will proceed to action phase. I mean, we are actually, seeing quite great plays coming from both the teams. I mean, not from Team Area 69, but also from Seva Esports. A really good first round, taking Area 69 out of surprise. And I believe Skiffy is actually going for a spawn peek here, right from the Foxes. No, never mind. It's the Aviator's window here. Unfortunately, he won't be able to find anyone who's currently situated from that specific main entrance, as we are going to see Chris Ross staying from the dining room instead of staying from, I believe it was, I guess it was on a particular site there in which Oxy taken out. Oxy doing the same thing yet again, using his drone to provide an angle. He actually sees the head of Mozzie, but this time Mozzie will be there to take the life. C4 comes into play, and what a play there coming from Chris Ross, taking both the lives of Dokebi and IQ. And now the tides have turned here. Seva Esports is in quite a strong lead here, taking out two birds in one stone. And with that, Team Area 69 needs to be careful on the roamer, especially Mozzie, who is currently being, I would say, currently has the control from the dining room. Hibana using her X-Gyros pellets to open it up, but Maestro's evil eye cam will be able to take out at least 2 or 3 X-Gyros pellets. Maybe she can be able to use to hold an angle, but there isn't a possibility where she can be able to get in. Third X-Gyros pellets being used, and hopefully she'll be able to get in on the side as best as he can. And there you go, third X-Gyros pellet being used, and with that, it is just the waiting time here. Jackal going for the push, didn't work out because Chris Ross is there to watch the angle from him. And with that, Money and Barcode are the only 2 operators left, and I believe both of them are currently being situated from the master bedroom here. Barcode pushing from the bathroom, hoping to find a guy who's currently being situated from the astronomy. He'll be able to take out Jaeger from the stairs, but still he needs to be careful from the statuary room, as well as the astronomy desk in which Miles will be holding on to. Time is wasting for Team Area 69, and they still need to figure out a way to find a solution here, with both of the attackers also low on HP, and they don't have any more solution here. They have, both of these players doesn't have a flashbang, and look at that, Chris Ross with a quad kill. He might be able to go for the ace here, but no, it's almost an ace, but still he's just downed. And with Money, the only operator left with just 5 HP, he still needs to, find a way here. He actually sees the head of Mozzie and he'll eventually take out. What a great 4K there, but in the end, he won't be able to find the ace here. Seems the head of Legion, who is currently being proning, I believe, from the statuary room. A lot of time being wasted yet again. And this is a done deal here. Seva Esports winning round 3 yet again by successfully protecting their bombs on map trophy room.
Once again, a good play coming out from the side of Seva Esports on round 3 right here. And it looks like this is going to be the way things proceed between both these teams. We might have fairly good rounds from both these teams, where they have 4 or maybe all 5 members left alive, against their opponents, where they just completely trounced them. But then again, some rounds could come close, some rounds couldn't. It all comes down to how both these teams play out the rest of this match right here. As we're going to be moving into round 4, and the second floor aviator looks like the site of choice once again from the side of the defender Seva Esports. By time with the 6th pick out of the Dekebi into the IQ, bringing on the LMG, I believe G8A1, as that gun, of course, has been absolutely fantastic ever since the angle grip was introduced. Speaking of attachments and weapon attachments for that matter, Operation Steel Wave, that is Year 5 Season 2, brings with it a selection of 3 weapon attachment skins. That's right, your hollow sight, or your sights, your grips, and your muzzle attachments will have a particular color of your choice instead of being the native color of the gun. And that is, I think, a great little touch. It's a small little thing. It's more of a quality of life change, really, more than a customization change. But it just gives that little bit more control there on how they.
5 seconds to insertion.
Speaking of he wasn't in control of where that impact went. I believe that was terminated the Legion who was throwing those impacts. And unfortunately, Darkside is not going to be in a good situation for it. Chris is for run outside of the bathroom. Will he find one? No, he's forced to go back in because he was detected, of course, and not finding anybody as well. Aussie the Ash already going through the wine cellar of a basement and then running for the IQ. Spy Time was going ahead of him. Chris Ross, I think he's picked up on this, and he's slowly moving down the arch hallway through wine cellar. He might meet one of the attackers very soon down the hallway in front of him. He might just be able to see one. Will he, though? Both attackers seem to have gone up the stairs, and they are pushing that area on the first floor nice and quickly as well. Looks like it's also one thing I would like to point out is both teams seem to have very set roles for their players. You know, you have Spy Time on something like a droner / support for somebody else who's pushing, usually Aussie. And then when you come to save Esports, you've got Skeefy, who's always aggressive. You've got Darkside, who's sort of holding in sight or lurking around there. Chris Ross with the hard roam.
Attackers have
It's
located a
something
bomb.
that you just note as you keep moving forward. Ward is going to find one that's Aussie on the board, and that is the aggressor for Area 69 off the board. Ash is down, unfortunately, and Aussie will not be living to tell his tale. Oh, he finds another one. That's Spy Time gone, and Zim goes down to Skeefy as well. Save Esports are coming alive right here on round 4, as they definitely looks like want to take the lead, leaving only 2 attackers alive here. Money and Barcode Guy on Orange team are the only ones on the board for the side of Team Air 69. They could pull something out right here. 2 versus 5. Definitely not impossible with Warhead and Darkside both on fairly low HP. Warhead more so than Darkside for that matter. But it's definitely going to be a very tricky situation for both of these attackers to play around and to try and fix the mistakes the rest of the team have left them in. It's a bit of a conundrum as one looks to push 90 hallway and the other looks to push through maybe towards the aviator door. But we do have Skeefy here prone behind the hallway table as Chris Ross C4's Darkside. Alright, I'm not sure why that happened, but it happened, and Chris Ross is going to have a team kill to his name. We got Warhead just holding on the landing door. He's going to see one. He takes out Money. And will he take out the Hibana? No, he won't. Hibana will win that. And Orange Barcode Guy has got one on the board. He's still got 3 defenders. He goes with this. About the prone inside of Vault. He does now. Terminator is down. But I don't think the Hibana is aware of that, as the kill should be collected upon very shortly. No, he looks like he wants to go for the plant. And the plant he will go for. But he's going to have to play that out because there will be a push happening. And what a shot onto Chris Ross. But no, he won't be able to connect onto Skeefy. And what an attempt from the Orange Barcode Guy. But just not connecting onto Skeefy right at the end there. Costing him the rest of his health. And the round itself, round 4 goes to Save Esports, and they are 3-1 on to round 5.
Well, Jack, this round was quite weird, and just like I said, taking mute actually had a bigger advantage here for Team Seva Esports, because not only did it made them make a 6 pick onto the Kebi to IQ, they also halted the drone work being made from the attackers, and that's exactly what Area 69 needed. All they needed was the intel and go for the execute, in which it did not quite work out from the 4th round. And this time, I believe in the 5th round, we are not going to see a mute being played. Instead, we're going to see a maestro on the hand from Darkside. Now, man, we still have the mute who's going to be playing as Skeefy. So, you know, just like I said, Jack, taking mute would work a lot of ways, especially if you're going against, you know, the attacker who has heavy aggression, you know, drone works which are coming so damn good. You know, like denying those drones and also, you know, having the ability to disable the Kevi's calls is quite important here. And just because of Seva Esports picking up mute, taking a Dokebi at that instance would definitely be a bad idea. And with that, we're going to head on to the action phase of round 5. Team Seva Esports looking strong here with the 2-point lead. And Oxy, who I believe who was playing IQ from first and second round, is going to be playing as Ash this time. And sad to say, we won't be able to see an IQ being played, nor the Valve being played from the defender side, as we are going to see Warhead, the only guy who's going to be defending from the master bedroom. So he won't be having his teammate to defend on, but we still have Skeefy with the devastating shotgun, in fact, who can be able to, you know, take out the guys who's currently arriving from the entrance.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Look at that, Skeefy with the SMG-11 taking out Barcode. That's quite an important kill though, because that's Hibana of the wall. She won't be able to use the Excaro spells to open up the walls, which is currently situated from the dining room, and also that's a diffuser down as well. I mean, they can be able to recover it back up, but still a really good shot there, taking out Barcode. But still, with Jaeger rotating back from the astronomy, the attackers have the control of the master bedroom. Mozzie still playing from the astronomy as Zim is holding an angle with the melee hole being prepped there from the closet. They still need to be careful though, because since they have the access from there, here comes the pre-fire from Chris Ross. Won't be able to, you know, get a little bit of tag or damage nonetheless here. Two defenders being currently defending from the dining room. I believe it is Darkside as well as Terminator, who's both been playing as Maestro and Legion. Legion can be able to use his Goo Mines to not only, you know, get the intel, but also slows the attacker's sprinting speed. There you go, vertical control being established here from the sledge. He's going to throw a nade here. Can he connect though? No, he won't be able to find with the frag grenade just yet here, and a lot of time being wasted here, as Oxy will be there to go for the assault. He's going to use his breaching charge to open up not only the reinforced barrier as well as the breach charge, and Chris Ross on the meanwhile taking out Spidey Time, the soft breacher down for the count, and Skeefy with another kill on the SMG-11, taking out Money, a pre-fire coming in from the Terminator, but instead he won't be able to find the head at all. Now Warhead gaining the control of master bedroom. He still has, I mean, the attackers doesn't have the control just yet, as we are going to see Oxy going up a fight against the guy who's currently being situated from the astronomy room. Won't be able to find anything. Another breach charge. I believe he's going to use that to open up the wall here. Just a little bit of distraction, but in the end, they don't have any other opportunities here. Vertical angle, getting the control from none other than Jaeger, and eventually down Ash. Zim on the meanwhile taking out Skeefy, the man at large who was using the hands of SMG-11, but no! Seva Esports will definitely win the side on dining with great plays coming from Warhead and a really good SMG-11 plays there from Skeefy, as we are going to see round 6. Well, this is quite interesting, Jack.
Definitely. Round 6, the last round before roll swap, and 4-1 is the scoreline, very heavily in favor of Seva Esports right now. What we're seeing right now on Villa, this is the Seva Esports from the qualifiers. This is what we saw when they were playing against the teams in qualifiers, and I believe they went up against Team Area 69 back then as well, and had a victory over them. I'm not sure about the score just yet, but Seva Esports right now look like they are back to their old ways, completely destroying teams left, right, and center. As we see Zim go for a 6-pick out of the Jackal into the Zofia, and we're going to be heading back to second floor trophy as Seva have completed a full lap of the map of Villa right here. And coming back to this side, of course, with a wind under their sail, the golden wind, dare I say, as everything looks to be going in their favor. We have the Maestro once again coming out from the side of Dark Side. Chris Ross with the Mozzie. We've seen him make some amazing plays. Aussie. He's playing the Twitch this time around. Not a pick that we've seen so far, but Twitch is definitely a rather important operator if you are able to use, if you know any player is able to use her gadget to its intended purpose. And I don't mean making Castle scream for his life. I mean taking down a defender utility wherever you can. Unfortunately, I don't think Aussie has managed to go for that just yet. Either that or he's just preserving his drone until the defenders are otherwise engaged. He haven't dropped the diffuser, so he might even go for a frag heavy roll because the F2 is one of those guns that is definitely very, very powerful despite all of the nerfs it's had in recent history. We've got Warhead and Skeefy once again on the heavy roam on the south side of the building as Aussie has made his way towards the Fox window. Skeefy sitting inside of Games Room right now, just holding it down. We've got Droning coming in from the side of Team Area 69. They want to in fact make sure that bedroom and bathroom are absolutely clear, but there is of course an Evil Eye right here which should be taken out and is taken out by Zim with one of Zophia's impact grenades. That is one piece of defender utility gone. But there's so much more still remaining that they need to clear out before they can even hope for a push on the side. Chris Ross coming up the pantry stairs. He might end up finding one or two attackers in that area. I don't think he will actually, because it looks to be a sector only push from the side of the attack. Darkseid takes in the damage. Looks like it's from the orange barcode as a breach has already happened onto the side of Trophy. Excuse me, Statutory as well. Look at this angle from Darkseid. The punch hole within the desk, of course, and any amount of droning will be able to give the call out to the attackers, excuse me, that this is a thing. But Takebi's gonna go for the peek, and he actually sees it and takes out Darkseid. The perfect use of Takebi's calls, but Skeefy has found Aussie. In the meanwhile, Terminator goes down to Hibana, and Money finds Skeefy, and Saber Esports are very heavily in the back foot right now. It's all down to Warhead as Chris Ross goes down to Zim. The plant is coming off, and Warhead is busy trying to fight whoever's on a surrounding window. The peek comes in the bathroom, and the kill is confirmed. Spycam takes the kill onto Warhead, and Area 69 make a round for their own. What a shot onto the Jaeger's head as well, and the score is going to be 4-2 on going into round 7 roll swap. 4-2 is the scoreline, and we might just see a comeback from Team Area 69. Baba, what do you think?
Well, I'm kind of very intrigued on how well Dokebi used her calls just to make a distraction so that, wow, like in the astronomy room itself, the perfect timing for, I would say, I believe the guy who was playing as Thermite would be, I guess it was Spidey. Like, it was a great push from bathroom. They're taking out not only the guy who's currently been situated from astronomy, but they got instant access from Fox room as well as statuary room, which led them to plant. And with that, I'm going to say that since Seva did quite well on defense, and now we're going to see Seva Esports on attack, I believe Team Area 69 has the capability to have a comeback here, Jack. And we are going to see here from Team Area 69 as they're going to be defending from, I believe is this statuary room or trophy room? It's quite confusing here. I believe this is the statuary room. Yeah, there we go. The bombs currently being situated from the statuary room. That's quite
10 seconds to insertion.
I would say a good site to hold on to.
5 seconds.
I mean, we still have Money who's playing as mute, just to deny the intel coming from the attackers, and we have Zim with the dock. And I believe we have a higher possibility for Zim to go for an early spawn peek from the master bedroom window, or I believe a run out from the main entrance instead. But still, no, he's going to be staying there from the trophy room, and he's going to be defending from the master bedroom through the Fox room. And it's quite interesting to see a reverted deployable shield being placed here from this I would say outside the statuary room. It's quite interesting to see that, but still we're going to see Zim quite tagged out a bit while going to have a fight against the Ash. 3 stun grenades being used to hopefully take out, but sad to say there's a, oh no, that is, wow, a lot of utilities being wasted just to take out one deployable shield. A C4 being used. I believe I don't know where that's pre-C4 being used there, but still, Warhead getting the best of money, and as he's going to get taken out. No matter how ADS is being placed, 3 flashbangs and 2 ash breach charges will work in the favor of Seva Esports, and with that, 1 player is down for the count here. Drone work being used from the Fox room, but eventually won't be able to find Zim's exact location, so he's basically concealed in that specific location here. Moving on with the attackers, we still have Warhead and Skiffy already gaining control of, I believe that is the archives room. And Zim, even though he is still concealed on the location, Spidey time with the angle taking out Warhead, and now he still needs to be careful with another, I would say, Zofia, who's been currently being situated from the red stage here. Zofia using her concussive nades to hopefully try to take out the guy who is in the corner here, as Pistos taking out Zim, the dog gone. Barcode has also been gone from none other than Skiffy. Spidey time gaining the control of master bedroom, and the attackers are still at large. Skiffy will find a double kill taking out Spidey time, and now it's all down to Oxy with the Scorpion Evo. It's not going to matter here. The Seva Esports with strong execution on attack will win round 7.
Well then, looks like Team Area 69 might not have a comeback chance if this is the kind of attack we're seeing from the side of Seva Esports. On a map like Villa, going into defense usually means you have a better chance at winning out your rounds. In the first round, round 7 itself going that way for Area 69 is not a good indicator. Mind you, of course, losing 3 rounds back-to-back wasn't a good indicator either, but round 6 still went on their corner. So we might still have something special coming out of them yet. We know what this team is capable of. We know what Spidey Time, Zim, Money, Aussie, and Barcode Guy can do. And definitely going forward from here, they will want to pull out their absolute top game, because that is what they need to do if they are to win this match, or even have the slightest hope of winning this match. Seva Esports, on the other hand, once again, I will reiterate, because this is something that deserves praise from them. They have been in the qualifiers for 3 seasons straight, and now that they're in Division 3, they've had a very rough start to Division 3 for that matter. But now they are, looks like, getting back to what they were doing back in the qualifiers, which was completely destroying teams left, right, and center, starting with Team Area 69. Again, everything in Siege was, somewhat depends on that starting. You need to get started. You need to make sure that you have that first round, that first kill on your board to get the ball rolling, so that you can a good beginning is more often than not, very, very important. And Seva Esports, with their fantastic start back in round 1 when they were defending on Aviator, is definitely indicative of the fact that a good start leads to a good match. Team Area 69, of course, they would want to have a restart right now, get their engines revving once again, and you see the kind of defense that they're packing here on Master Bedroom. We saw a rotation on that triple reinforcement, with the castle barricade on the door of walk-in closet, and another rotation from walk-in closet into bathroom, and more castle barricades, of course, protecting that particular area from attacker pushes. Meanwhile, we've got the attacker push, speaking of them, of course, in study room from the looks of things, and they look like they're pushing the southern end of the map. They will be met with even more reinforcing and denial from the side of Area 69 on the landing shield that they need to take out. There's a couple of Womai-chars in this vicinity, and there you go, flashbangs are being caught out. The ADS will now start to get to work, but there's so many flashbangs. Money himself is a little flash right here, and the Ash Shark comes out. Will he be successful? I think it is, and Money tries to get back in, but nope. He will not be able to haul himself back into sight, which leaves him too exposed. And of course, that situation was taken full advantage of from the side of Seva Esports. Looks like Save on the attack. They know what they're doing. They were fully prepared with flashbangs galore on the landing shield, inverted or otherwise. And right now it's a 5 versus 4 against them. Team Area 69 very heavily on the back foot once again. Not very heavily. They can still pull this off. A 4v5 is not exactly impossible. But Warhead, he's taking a bit of damage. There is somebody playing close, and I believe that is Castle. No, that is Aussie this time around. The impact grenade will not find him with a flashbang. No, but he goes for the peek, and he will be taken out. Aussie goes down, and Skeefy's been down in the meanwhile from the Jaeger inside of Master Bedroom. And again, that's only one small thing. Self-revive, in fact. Back up to 5 HP. More shots are fired in the general direction of Spidey Tank. One from the Master Bedroom window, one from inside. It didn't find Skeefy, and that's as if we have the board. Warhead actually goes down to Barcode Guy, and now it's a 3 versus 3. But the Barcode Guy goes down, and so does Jaeger. It's all down to Zim, the dog, the last man standing inside of Trophy. He finds one. The IQ is down, but he's got 2 more attacks to go to, and in a post-one situation, he will be, as he sees the thermite. Will he get the kill? No, he won't. He takes a bit of damage, a little bit of health off of him. But all that's done is given away his position. He's gonna overheal, over 100 HP. He's gonna try and go for this push if he can. But the man is very low. He's got to be careful. Somebody playing behind the statue, and there's the head of Terminator. It's all down to the thermite in a 1 versus 1 Darkseid against Zim, who will take this. As he's gonna go for the counter defuse, he might just be baiting this, but he might be able to stick it. Darkseid's gonna have to go for a white peak right now. And there you go, the bait has happened, but the Doc is down. Does the thermite? No, he doesn't. And the Doc has self-revive using his team. He's gonna bait again, but he only has so little time. He has no time for that matter. He will not be able to confirm the kill. He will still, but no time for the counter defuse. As Save Esports will still win round 8, despite almost losing the 1v3 to Zim. My man had an excellent try right there. Very, very well played to Zim. He did pretty much everything right. Only took a little bit more time than probably what was recommended. And Save Esports will go to match point 6-2 on round 9.
Well, Jack, a great attempt from Zim, and I mean, just as I was seeing the flashbangs being used to take out Money, who was playing as Smoke with the help of his deployable shield, it kind of reminded me when I was playing as Mute. I still remember, where I was just the only guy remaining, and the other 3 guys were using a flashbang, and then they just killed me. And when I saw the kill cam, I saw 3 of them teabagging me 30 times in a row, and then they just ended me off. So it was just wonderful to see that. But less about me, more about the players. Seva Esports are going in strong, and it is match point. We've seen them performing great attacks, and since it is match point for them, I believe for the defenders, they're going to be defending from, I believe it is Games and Aviator Room. So I believe the reverse deployable shield that Area 69 chose did not work out, and with that they definitely had to change it because it did not work twice. So if you just thought of doing it 3 times in a row, that's basically not going to work out anyways. And judging by the operator selections that Team Area 69 has picked up, we still have this Team Money, who's going to be playing as Wamai, and I definitely know he's going to be playing from the red stairs using the deployable shield and with the help of his magnet system, just to make sure that whatever utilities that comes with the attackers, it's just going to get denied here. Here we go, ladies and gents. It is a match point for Team Seva Esports, and finally, let's hope that they're going to win at least 1 match here, man. I still remember you said that they haven't won at least 1 match here, right, Jack?
Yeah, that is pretty much what I remember seeing from the offline matches and online matches that we've had for Save Esports.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so, because I'm kind of rooting for Seva Esports, though. They've been performing so damn well, especially with, the great C4s being displayed here, and there you go, the flashbang being used to not only deny the ADS, but also it's not going to be, oh damn, that is quite unfortunate here, as the flashbang bounced at the head of Nomad, and Ash is definitely going to assert to Nomad to just, please, don't be mad, it's just a game, but why do you have to be mad instead? Never mind, I'm just going to reduce my jokes here, as Chris Ross with the first frag is going to take out the Spidey Time. That's quite an important operator, as Jaeger is off the board, and just like I said, Money with the deployable shield playing from the red stairs, and Oxy on the other hand taking out Chris Ross. Skippy tries to go for the frag here, but a lot of chaos being used, especially on the side, I believe from the reading room itself, but still he needs to be careful that Wamai is still playing from the main stairs. Utilities being used, both of magnet systems being destroyed, and as Thermite is going to use his exothermic charge to open up the aviator rooms here. a lot of entrances being used here, as we are going to see Vamai getting spotted from the drones. A lot of time still on the hands of Team Seva Esports, as we are going to see Warhead, who's going to rotate back from the stairs, and Vamai doesn't even notice a thing here. A little bit of sound from the barbed wire. There you go. The sound has been arrived, but still Vamai is going to work it out just to get fragged out from none other than Terminator here. Now it's all down to Barcode to clutch it out on a 1v2 situation here. And judging by the plays we did, saw Barcode made great amount of plays here.
Drop the diffuser.
Being spotted, but still Barcode gets the diffuser. And with that, there's only one operator remaining. No, it doesn't work out here. Nomad with the plays, as Seva Esports will finally win a match against Team Area 69 and confirm their victor among its dominance.
Well played to both teams, and very, very well attempted by the Barcode guy, by Zim, by all of the defenders and attackers on Team Area 69 who were just caught in clutch situations that turned out to be a little too much for them to handle. Skiffy, look at him. 12 kills to the man, Christos with 10, and it's just been an absolutely amazing show from Seva Esports. They win this 7-2 over Team Area 69. This is the first Esports that we know of. This is the first we get from them. Fortunately, they have managed to put a match on board for themselves. The points table is going to reflect that very soon. But again, this is day 4. We've only got so many more matches, and there are teams that have won a whole lot more than Seva have in these 4 days. Will this be their beginning just to be taken out of the league, or will they be able to stay in Division 3 going into Season 4? That's certainly going to be a very exciting tale to tell as we move to the end of day 4. We've still got one more game, of course. That is Team Selfnate taking on Monkas, and we'll be back with that game very shortly. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me, of course, is my co-host and co-host, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Mr. Reborn, as we are here almost for the game between Monkas and Team Selfnade. Monkas just has one person left in the lobby. Pretty much everybody is, of course, in. And we are going to have a very surprising change of map. We are moving to Consulate, ladies and gentlemen. A map that we have not seen in a long time in the Season 3 so far. I think the last time we saw Consulate was actually all the way back in qualifiers, which has been a while indeed. And this is definitely going to be a very exciting game here on a Clubhouse, as we're just here waiting for the ready to come in from Monkas. Of course, Cruzy just joined, and looks like we have some waiting to do for the Moss, and it should be done very shortly. Of course, you know, a lot of things go into preparation for a Rainbow Six game, a competitive Rainbow Six game for that matter, and it's gonna be a little bit longer of everyone listening to my voice before we move on with the match at hand. And of course, we have the standings up on your screens. You know, they're flitting by at the tournament page. And Monkas, of course, have had a fantastic run in the tournament so far. 3 games and all 3 won. They are, of course, in second position behind TRNA Valiance, who have played 5 and won 4. Unfortunately, Valiance, of course, lost 1. And they are 12 points on the table. In the meanwhile, for the side of Team Selfnade, they haven't had a great season just yet. Of course, they are 3-1 on the scoreboard, 1 victory only to their name. So not a great start to Season 3 for them. But this is, of course, day 4, and they could turn things around very quickly for themselves. But they are up against Monkas, who in 3 games have been completely undefeated. We're here on the ban phase, very nice and quickly, as the first ban will be coming up from the side of Team Selfnade, and they're going to be banning the Nomad. Nice, and alright. Nomad, one of the operators that exudes a lot of control on any particular site, any particular room, any particular area of a map with her air jabs, and she is, of course, most effective when used to shut down runouts. A lot of runout locations, and Consulate is one of those maps where runouts are very, very common, as we're going to see a Thatcher ban come out from the side of Monkas. Slightly more standard, of course, Thatcher being one of those operators with EMPs that can shut down or even destroy, given the kind of gadget, in a gigantic radius around it. And just taking him out of the board leads to a lot more comfortability for the side of defenders. The first defender ban, speaking of, is going to be the Echo, as, again, Echo with 2 of his Yokai Jones. Very, very powerful operator indeed, even though he has lost his shield in favor of an impact grenade, even though his whole gimmick is that he sits behind cover all around, while Team 7 will be banning the Valkyrie, a ban that you see on Consulate quite a bit, because Valkyrie has a lot of camera spots here that are just very, very difficult to spot without an IQ. And looks like, although that ban did come out from the side of Selfnade themselves, so maybe they're not comfortable with having a Valkyrie on board, just like how Thatcher was banned by the attacking team right here. And maybe that's because Monkas don't really want to use the Thatcher. They want to use other operators like IQ and whatnot on their team. So with that being said, we're going to be moving into round 1 very quickly. But before that, let's have a quick look at both the rosters being presented from our teams here. We have Firefly, Lusty Boy, I Move to Lion, Care, and Cruzy from the side of Monkas on the attack. And Ethan, Easy Peasy, Praveen Nemesis, Watashiga Kita, and Yuno on the side of Team Selfnade. We got 6 picks coming out. Bandit for Watashiga Kita out of the mute, and Firefly with the visual mix-up, of course, out of the Lion into the Lion. Baba, how do you feel about the match that we've got in hand?
Well, this is going to be quite interesting, Jack, because it is going to be on a map of a Consulate, and I'm pretty interested to see what kind of plays both of these teams are going to be performing, especially the first round of Team Selfnade, is that they're going to be defending from, I believe it is Garage and Cafeteria. Quite, most people would prefer going for console and meeting room first, but since Self-Nade deciding to go for a garage. This is going to be
Attackers have
pretty
discovered the
interesting.
location
As
of a
we see
bomb.
from the operator selection from Team Self-Nade, we have
seconds to go.
Yuno and Easy Peasy. I believe they're going to be going for a hard roam here, and
5
I just
seconds
almost
left
forgot
before
about
insertion.
Watashi Kita, who's going to be playing as a bandit, and I believe he's going to be roaming
Attacker's
from the
objective
visa
is
office
to defuse
instead.
the
The
bomb.
only thing is that I just need to confirm on what kind of execute does Monka S is going to be going on with. I believe they're going to be going from the main entrance just to take out the hatches on either cafeteria or I would say like a cafeteria on piano room. Like for piano room, just getting the entrance with the help of a soft breacher like a buck or a sledge would have been a better idea. But since they don't have a soft breacher in their possession, they just have to deal with the breach charges. Like especially have Care, who has breach charges in her possession, so she don't have to worry about the soft breaches like the sledge or bug, but still she needs to be careful of the roamer. And I'm quite interesting to see that Care with the first frag is going to be taking out the guy. I believe that was Ethan, who's currently being situated from the pipes, I believe. And since that call out is being given from the defenders, will decide to go for a perfect flank here, hoping to get at least Hibana or IQ out of here. Lions, I believe a Lion scan is up in effect, but still he won't be able to get any call outs just yet here. Still holding up from the angle, hoping to catch the attackers off guard, but sad to say they're not going to be, they're just going to be waiting instead as we see Zofia clearing, oh my god, what's wrong with the, clearing out the roamers from the console office instead, just to make sure that not any, roamers would be there to find out. The EED will eventually spot Easy Peasy, which would give the attackers their exact positioning of where they're going to be, where they are going to be. So they just need to be careful here, as we are going to see a minute being wasted around from the attackers. No kills arrive just yet, and just like I said, Easy Peasy and Watashi getting 2 kills, taking out Care and Firefly, which gains a good amount of control from Piano, but still they need to be careful from the main entrance just yet. And that too, it's a diffuser down, so they really need to be careful here. Easy Peasy, a lot of health being down here. And with that, it's just another waiting game just again. They just got the diffuser. All they have to do is just, drone it out. Find to see exactly where the location is just to take them out here. And I believe Zofia is already inside. Not on the side, I would say right outside from the white stairs. Eventually finds a guy who's currently being situated from the stairs, but still needs to be careful around. Because I believe that's Vigil, who's going to be playing from the service stairs, and he's just going to get immediately taken out from Lusty as he gets control from the cafeteria, pushes from the cafeteria instead, sees the melee hole but doesn't see exactly where the location is, and he's going to get punished for it. IQ dropping down from the hatch, get a kill, and that is I move the line, gets 2 kills, and what a backflip from the dog. But in the end, the diffuser will immediately get planted, in which Easy Peasy has to clutch this one out on a 1v2 situation here. We still need to be remember here, and just look at that here. Monka S with I move to Lion getting a 3k, as they're going to switch it up or not by winning their first round on attack on Basement Garage.
Oh boy, round 1 goes to Monkas on the attack on Basement Garage right there. What a round coming out from them. They were in a bit of a disadvantage.
Backflip though.
Dropping
What
it.
a
I was
backflip
about
though.
to get to that. The backflip from the dock, just completely just catapulting himself off the stairs after getting taken out by IQ, of course. And oh boy, it is Siege Ragdoll physics. Sometimes you get some very, very high jumps from defenders that get any operator really that gets taken out. And this is one of those situations. I think I'm going to be laughing at that before I fall asleep tonight. So that's that's a little something right there. But coming back to the match at hand, round 2 is going to be in play. And again, what a play from Monka. Monkas, for that matter, as they did drop the diffuser off the back of a C4. I believe it was Watashi's C4 in that round, who was playing a C4 operator, but this time he's playing the smoke, of course. And they were in a 3 versus 4, and they managed to come back from that without losing a single operator, which was well done to them. Absolutely. And Monkas are going to be moving into round 2 with the momentum slowly being built, as of course one round isn't exactly a momentum builder, it's to get it started. Selfmade, on the other hand, they've chosen second floor console right here as
10 seconds remaining.
it should be a site that they're more familiar with. Oh, the
5
garage
seconds
is a
to
good
insertion.
site in and of its own right when it comes to garage, but you have to have your roamers take out
Attackers' objective
the
is to locate a bomb
vertical
and
lens
defuse
side, the saw breachers, that is. You know, Lusty Boy with the Zofia, Care with the Hibana and the breach charges. Operators like those, ones with breach charges, ones with soft breach utility, and where their main gadget is soft breach itself. Those operators are the ones that the roamers need to focus on when you're going for a garage hold. Just in general, being alive on the first floor means that the attackers have to focus on you before they can see for the peek onto the garage through opening the floor. Because opening the floorboards, of course, placing down the utility is when they're vulnerable at the most vulnerable.
Bomb
So,
has been located.
Praveen, in the meanwhile, is actually playing a very tricky spot as a gas canister comes out from smoke to stop the peek coming in from the Captor who was repelling on the window of console. Watashi, in the meanwhile, takes the hatch of cabinet, and is just going to be waiting here for the time being, switching between weapons like it's... never mind. Oh, actually, the camera's not sure as to where that was from. Looks like it was Cruzy, the Capital on the upside down hotel, looking into the cabinet area. And another gas canister came out from the smoke. Not sure where that went, but not close to the Capital's area. Meanwhile, Hibana is going to be allowed to push up, but Yuno is here in admin, and
Bomb
Hibana's
located by
actually run all the
attacker.
way into meeting room. This could be the start of something big. Does she see the Maestro? No, she doesn't! Trying to run all the way into sight has cost Care that his life there, but Lusty finds Watashi, and that is the smoke on the board. That's a huge kill, even though the smoke only had one canister left. Lusty finds another one. That's Praveen gone. That's the dog. And there goes Easy Peasy from Firefly. A lots of kill being dropped from the side of Monkas. They are really looking to shut down Team Selfmade. On the defense side, it's all down to Yuno and Ethan, the Goyo and the Maestro, the Alda, and the Vector, the last remaining pieces of the puzzle that was once Team Selfmade. And there goes Ethan. The peek comes in from the IQ. I move to Lion, and it's all on to Yuno. Will we be able to do anything? No, he won't. The peek from Yellow Stairs is too much, and I move to Lion. Will take him out, resulting in another round win for the side of Monkas. Round 2 goes to them.
Well, out of all this carnage being happening here, I only just have one word, Jack. It's just Monka S here. It's quite surprising to see especially from the attackers doing oh so damn well. With that, gaining 2 points from attack itself, we're going to see Team Selfmade going on defense on console office yet again. And I believe the push from I am moved to Lion, who was playing as IQ with the Commando 9, which many of them would prefer to use the G8 LMG, which is quite overpowered, stating that it has great fire rate, you can control the recoil of it pretty quickly, and it has a drum magazine. It's basically a starter kit for newbies. It's quite simple to use it, but still, Commando 9 is quite a devastating weapon, especially on the hands of I Move to Lion here. Prep phase for the attackers, for the defenders of Team Selfmade, as I believe we are not going to be seeing a Maestro or a Goyo being picked, but instead we're going to be seeing a Vigil and a Doc. It's quite interesting because, as I recall from the first round, we did saw Yuno, who was playing as Vigil, but instead we're going to see Watashiga Kita, who's going to be playing as the Vigil instead. The rotations and reinforced walls are quite similar. There's not any more changes, I believe, and I think Easy Peasy might be able to, solo defend from the yellow stage instead, as 2 or 3 ADSs. And I believe a high spawn kill would be in effect here, stating the fact that they don't have a Nomad from the attackers, that it has a higher possibility for them to, go for a spawn pick, especially either from the meeting window or from the piano window itself here. But looks like for Team Selfmade, they would prefer more of like a defensive play rather than going for the aggressive play here. And I believe that's I Move to Lion from the meeting hall balcony, hoping to find out at least 1 or 2 operators, which is currently being situated from the meeting room. But instead, it is all just a waiting game here. Luno sorry,
A bomb has been located.
all by himself from the admin office here as I move to Lion, still holding from the meeting room, sees the hand of Mozzie, who was in the connector, which will in fact gets the call out here. He's definitely going to be spotted from the drone as well. And for me, I believe Ethan is in a bit of a trouble here. IQ is going to take out the ET scanner, but a little bit of timing being wrong. But in the end, I move to Lion will eventually take out Ethan. Flashbang being thrown out, but instead is going to be caught from Jaeger's ADS's upside down repel from Lusty Boy to hope and make sure to get one kill. But instead, he's going to get taken down from none other than I move to Lion. That's quite interesting here. Where did he come from though? As I recall, he was from the meeting hall, and just like I said, the plant is being coming out from none other than Thermite, and now it is a post-plant situation for the defenders. He will just by saying that, Hibana will eventually take out one who's going to be situated from the meeting room. Lusty Boy takes out Praveen, and it's now all down to Watashiga to flush this one out and a one with the situation here. One upside down rotel from the console office, one from the yellow state, and also one currently being repelled from the bathroom window. A lot of fights being appeared from here as wall bangs being arrived from the yellow stairs, but it's not going to work out here. Monka S staying strong as they win round 3 on console office yet again, and they win on attack 3 times in a row here. Looks like Monka S is undefeated on attack, I believe.
Right now, 3 rounds to Monkas. Going into round 4, 3-0 is the scoreline. And, Babagusa, you're not exactly wrong right there. They are undefeated, uncontested, if you will. That's probably the better word right here on attack in these first 3 rounds. And it could change very quickly from Team Selfmade. But if we know Monkas, they've got the ball rolling, the snowball rolling, if you will. And I say snowball because their momentum is just going to keep getting larger and larger as we continue rolling downhill. We've got Praveen going for the 6th pick out of the Legion into the Pulse. And with that, it's the console office yet again from the side of the defense team.
Defenders, protect your
They
bombs from
definitely
being
are
defused by
trying
attackers.
this site out quite a bit. 3 rounds in a row for that matter. After one failed attempt at Garage, maybe a change in sight is what they need to slow down Monka's attack right now. Because the way Monkas has been playing, it is definitely quite the show. Meanwhile, one thing I would definitely like to point out is the way Ethan, you see him reinforcing the wall there on the wall that overlooks yellow stairs. That's not usually something you see a lot of teams do. They tend to leave that open, have lines of sight through yellow stairs to hold into the plant spot right next
10
to
seconds
the double
remaining.
window of console. But looks like Selfmade don't do
5
that.
seconds
Either
left
that or
before
Ethan
insertion.
mistakenly reinforced them. Maybe not.
Attackers
In
must
a
locate and
connector,
defuse a bomb.
and a very interesting idea of coming out from Team Selfmade, but as I'm sure a lot of us know, that particular idea of reinforcing that wall leads to a bit more trouble than it's worth, especially for if anyone's sitting inside of cabinets, because sitting inside of cabinet isn't exactly the best idea. Even if Wamai is a thing now, Cabinet's bolts can't reach into cabinet, it's not exactly the best idea still, because there you go, just like that, Wamai's utility can be taken out with just a few flashbangs, and
Bomb
then
located
Cabinet
by
can
attackers.
easily flame in. But Ethan is actually going to find I move to Lion. That is the IQ who was busy running around all over the map. Looks like he was caught coming up to the 2nd floor. But the Vigil had something else to say about that. That's a big kill. I move to Lion has been very influential for his team so far. And with him off the board, Monkas are going to have a little bit of a harder time approaching this attack. They've got to deal with one defender with a deployable shield right on the reception area. Flashbangs are coming out, and I think they flashed that defender. The shield is definitely taken out by Sophia's impact grenades, but we do still have Praveen on the pulse. Is Monkas aware of the fact that Praveen is down here? The drone comes out, but Care doesn't exactly use that to his advantage. I think he wants I move to Lion to use that drone for him as he's going for the peek onto the defender on yellow stairs. But again, not a device peek, even if Ethan is on low HP. Fireballs are coming up from the side of Capita right now, but Praveen's gonna find Care. There you go, not knowing where the pulse is playing. Now Monkas know, but Yuno has taken down a Firefly, and it's a 2v5. Made that a 1v5. Cruzy's down, and it's all on to Lusty Boy in the last minute 20 of the round to somehow salvage this. For his team, he's got to play against a Pulse on the 1st floor right now, who definitely knows exactly where he is. Shots are fired, but that is the Wamai who was sitting in this little corridor area, just so patient. Actually, I rotate from the top floor bathroom window, but whatever it was, Watashi gets the kill, and Team Selfmade are finally able to put one round on board for themselves. Round 5 goes to them. The score is 3-1.
Well, Self-Made successfully defending on a side of console office, where I believe we are going to see them defending on Garage Cafeteria. And I believe that was on the first round where Monka S did claim their victory. It was an almost a huge massacre here, but in the end, it did worked out in the favor of Monka S. But still, since they have successfully defended on console office, that side is immediately being locked. And with that, we're going to see them defending on Garage here. We still have one last round for Team Self-Made, as when that round 6 comes to an end, we are going to be seeing a role swap where we are going to see Team Self-Made going on attack, especially on a map
Defenders,
like
protect your
Consulate.
bombs from being defused by
And
attackers.
just like I remember, I said that it would have been better if Nomad was in play. Then afterwards, I checked the ban phase, and I realized that Nomad has been banned, and also, quite importantly, Nomad and Thatcher has been banned. That's quite an important ban when it comes to on a map like Consulate. Thatcher's EMP nades is quite efficient and quite powerful. Like especially if a guy is holding on from yellow stairs with an operator named as Jaeger with 3 ADSs being placed from yellow stairs, he can immediately take out just by placing the
10
EMP
seconds to
nade
go.
at the roof itself, which can immediately takes out 3 of Jaeger's ADSs.
5
With him
seconds.
taken down, the defenders won't be having any problem at all. And when it comes to Nomad,
Attackers' objective
you
is
know,
to
the
defuse bomb.
flank spots when it comes to on a map like Consulate is pretty dangerous for attackers, and without the help of Nomad, it's going to be quite challenging for the attackers to not only get control on the site, but also need to be aware of their surroundings here. Alright, a round 5 action phase in effect. We're going to see Ash using her upside down rappel to hopefully drone out the site on piano, and he'll eventually find one. That is Ethan, who is currently playing from the main lobby, and he's just going to fall back. Going for a run out from the main would be a bad idea. So just playing the waiting game for the defenders would be a vital option here. Never mind, as just like I said, he is actually prepping out for a run out at the visa office, but without the intel on where the attackers is, going for a run out is going to be a huge risk for Team Self-Made to go for it, especially with I move to Lion, who's playing as as IQ with the primary weapon of Commando 9, which he's been performing oh so damn well. And just like I said, Care knew the fact that Bandit was going for a run out from the visa office. She will immediately take control of the situation here, but still time is running out, and for the defenders, that's exactly what they need for them. Flashbang being thrown out from Ash, but eventually won't be able to blind anyone, but instead he will be having easy peasy for their support. So if Ethan gets killed from none other than Ash, I believe a trade will be able to take place here. Jaeger sees the head of Ash, won't be able to go for a peek, so it would be a wise decision for him to back off. A lot of time being wasted here as the exothermic charge being opened up of the wall of Garage. And with that, the only problem that requires is that they need the control of piano room so that they can be able to go for a default plant, and they need to be holding an angle from the yellow stage just to make sure push won't be able to happen to take out the defenders being currently here. And just like I said, the first frag, and the Bandit will be able to take out Lusty Boy, and with that, 2 players from Monka S are down for the count here. The only 3 attackers needs to figure out a way to clutch this one out, because they don't have a good amount of time here. As we see, I believe the Capitao Cruzy needs to be careful of Bandit, goes for the shot yet again, throws the flashbang at the wrong time, and Ethan will eventually capitalize it as he gets a double kill by taking out Cruzy. Jaeger goes for the head of Care, and he will eventually take care of that situation as they only have 22 seconds left. They have to go for the plant, and he is the only operator remaining. I move to line. We've seen him do great amount of plays here, but he won't be able to make a great play here, with the Team Self-Made getting another flawless round on round 5 as they will successfully defend both console office and on Garage.
What a round coming in from Team Self-Made once again, absolutely pulling through for themselves, and 3-2 is the scoreline. They're slowly but surely coming in and closing in on the score that, on the initial score that Monkas had put forward themselves. And right now, Monka's having a bit of an issue. They don't seem like they know how to push the defense that Team Selfmade have been doing, even though it's worked out a couple of times, dependent on a surprise factor, obviously, but still, we're going to be moving into first floor lobby from the looks of things on round 6 right here. We've got the 6 pick coming out from Firefly out of the thermite into the Ying. All right, he was definitely confused there for a second, confirming with his team as to what operator they wanted
Defenders,
because he
protect
had
your
the
bombs from being
Lion
defused by
as
attackers.
well. And
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
is one thing that all teams need to consider very heavily when it comes to playing competitive, because it's one of those things that you think that may not be the most brainstorm, the thing to put the most brains behind, but it actually is, because of how every
Bomb
operator
located by
works
attackers.
differently in different situations. Even the quote-unquote worst operator can be put to some fantastic use. And just look at Castle for that matter. You know, people who just get into the game, people in
5
lower tiers,
seconds to
they
go.
consider him not a great operator for that matter. But you come to
Attackers are heading
competitive,
out to defuse the
and
bomb.
Castle is a great op. He is picked
I
in
mean,
the most rounds. He's,
Jack, Castle does have the worst gun in the game, but still gets a kill from, our great Canadian from Team
Doorway
SSG,
barricaded!
The UFB, of course, leaves a little to be desired
Attackers
in
drop the
its killing
diffuser.
power, but still, it's not a terrible gun per se. It can be
Reload!
put to some great use. We've seen that before, not just from pro players all the way out in invitationals. Oh, with the connect on the tear, and that is the twitch on the board. Yuno's really coming to life right now, especially for the past few rounds, excuse me. But mind you, I Move to Lion, Lusty Boy, and Firefly are still alive. Together, these 3 can pull something really special, and Mongols Team Selfmade are very, very aware of that. We've got utility being dispensed on the yellow stairs right now, as the push from yellow might just be an order, but Ethan, are already here to deny said push and deny the operator's entry. I Move to Lion, he's on the west front yard, looking into the office, the piano window, excuse me, and he might find Ethan, who could go for a peek, maybe not. A drone throw comes in, and it temporarily sees the Wamai, but of course Ethan is in perfect cover, waiting for the push to come to him, and not taking the fight to Monkas right now. Cruzy, just sitting inside the second floor for the time being, looks like he has control of console office, but to what end will that be good for? Because already knows that there's somebody shuffling around up there. The pings coming through the wall, onto the wall of the yellow stairs, facing the cabinet of console, mean that he knows that there's someone in there. And that, of course, is an indicator that Team Selfmade have a very good idea of what's going on in the map. They are using all the sound cues, all the visual cues, every single piece of sensory information that is being sent to them through the game is being used perfectly. And that is, of course, what you need when playing against Monkas. Cruzy, however, is going to find it easy peasy. That makes it a 4 versus 4 right now. But there's less than 45 seconds left on the clock. And now the attackers have to push in. The Candelas are being warmed up by Ying. And the throw comes in, but Lusty Boy's going to fight easy. In the meanwhile, the Candelas are going to stun defenders. And the push should come in any second now. Doesn't look like it did, however. Firefly is just holding on behind the vending machine. And he's going to be peaked, but no, the dog goes down. Will he be taken out? No, he won't. Yes, he will, finally. Watashi in the meanwhile found I Move to Line. He finds another one. There goes the Ying. It's all under the ash in a 1v2 right now, as Praveen was the one to take down Ying. And he's only got so little time. Lusty Boy, he's got to make something happen, but there's a Mine in his shin, and the Legion himself who goes for the peak. And Praveen will take down Lusty Boy, and Team Selfmade on the back of some really, really good plays have managed to equalize with the score line of Monka S 3-3 into roll swap round 7. And looks like Selfmade have been plagued with a bit of a sound bug. So we might just be going into rehost very, very soon. Alright, yep, there we go. The confirmation is in. We are going into the rehost, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. 3-3 is the scoreline on round 7 roll swap. And we'll be back with the match between Team Selfmade and Monkas very shortly. then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Team Selfnade and Monkas. We are going to be back with the game on Consulate in a jiffy right here, as the scoreline, of course, stands 3-3 in no one's favor on round 7 match. Match
Yes.
rotation. Not point. I do apologize. It is roll swap. That's what I meant to say. Not sure why my head went to match point, but all right. 3-3 being the scoreline on round 7, roll swap, and we're going to be moving to console office right there. Yes, Mr. Reborn, I do apologize for almost giving you a heart attack right there, and I'm pretty sure some of our viewers will have something to say about that. But yeah, again, it's just.
I mean, just imagine when a viewer just gets too confused that you said match point. It would be like, Nani,
It's
where?
3-3. What do you mean?
3-3. What do you mean?
But
Not
yeah,
fair.
we're gonna be moving to second floor console office right here from the side of the defense that is Monkas right now. And should be a very interesting match coming up from this equalized scoreline,
Attackers need to
because
locate
running to
and
match
defuse
point
bombs.
means that either team has to win 4 rounds to victory, that is. And it's almost like a ranked set, if you will, from here, because 4 rounds to victory, that's standard rank rules right there. And if the score is equalized on 7-7, it goes to overtime, which is usually a 2 or 3 round affair. And while that may be the case in terms of how the round count is about to go down from here, since the round differential is 0, it might as well be starting from 0-0. This is, of course, a competitive Rainbow Six Siege game, maybe a Division 3 game, but a competitive
10
R6
seconds
game
insertion.
nonetheless. And it should be very exciting to see what
5
both these
seconds
teams
left.
bring out for each other and against each other on this map of console. We've got
Attackers are
picking
moving
up
out
once
to
again this
locate a
time from
bomb and defuse
Cruzy. I'm of line is on the
Defender
visual.
exposed.
We got Firefly on the care in the meanwhile, actually going for the spawn peak. Not finding anybody, but Praveen Nemesis is very low on HP. I don't know if that's from the same peak right there, but unfortunately, he will be quite low indeed as he's on his drone. Yuno's asking, bro, 5 seconds. I think he's alluding to the fact that it looked like Doc was out for an entire 5 seconds before he was officially detected by the game systems.
Attackers have located
And,
a bomb.
the detection for runouts is finicky, shall we say.
That's better.
So it's best not to rely on that, rather rely on any visual on auto
A
accused.
bomb has
Yeah.
been located.
And of course, with the IQ solo on HP, Praveen's gonna have to be very careful on whichever angle he so chooses to peek. You know, it's actually doing the Kali, something I just noticed right here, with the recently buffed CSRX 3000 and Lance for that matter. Lesser recoil and faster fuse time on the Lance. Of course, it's a very recent buff. And what Tashi actually finds Cruzy in the meanwhile, that is the Goyo of the board. He's already inside a sight for that matter. Alright. Ethan, however, goes down to I move to Lion. That's the that's the visual. Getting a kill for himself. 44 is the scoreline, but once again, the Jackal is inside the sight, and I don't think anyone is none the wiser outside of Easy Peasy, who's just broken down the double window of meeting. Smokes come up from Jackal. As a run-up from I'm Line comes in, he survives Kali somehow. He's not supposed to, but the plan is coming in from Easy Peasy in the meanwhile. Yuno finds Enmove to Lion, and the CSX 3000 comes in, but Lusty Boy, he's got to go for the peek into meeting room right now. So does the Doc. Will he find one? Lusty Boy finds one, but he gets taken out by Easy Peasy, and the plant is down indeed from the side of the attackers right now. Easy Peasy is holding it down inside a meeting room. But will he be able to hold it for long? The Thermite, no, he won't be able to. He gets taken out, and it's all down to the Kali. Yuno, he gets taken out as well. What a shot from Firefly, out-peaking the sniper rifle. And as the counter defuse finishes up from Doc, Monka's post-rehost will be the first ones to take a round. Round 7 goes to them. And the scoreline on console is going to be 4-3. What a round from both teams. And well played to the Jackal, sneaking into sight, giving his teammate Thermite ample amounts of cover to go for the plant. And they just unfortunately couldn't hold down the plant long enough, or effectively enough for that matter, as Monkas took that round. Very well for them indeed.
Well, it was Monka S indeed, outsmarting the sniper rifle of Kali, as we are going to see round 8 as Monka S will decide to move on basement, cafeteria, and garage. And like when I see the Bandits Elite skin, Jack, it kind
Defenders,
of
protect
reminds
your
me
bombs from being
of
defused by
the
attackers.
Jesus guy from Fiverr. Don't you think,
I
Jack?
mean,
Like, I mean, it has that similar,
Attackers have
resemblance.
located a
to
bomb.
I
it, don't you
haven't
think?
quite thought of it that way to this day, but all right.
I mean, it has that current similarities. I just realized it right now when when I moved to Lion. Suddenly picks up the Bandit, and out of nowhere I just saw his face, and I was like, "Is that you, Jesus?" And I was like, "Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna get back into the game, and I would just think of it as a blessing." So we are
10
going to
seconds
move
to go.
on with Monka S on the lead with only 1 point, and
5
they
seconds
still
remaining.
require, I believe, 3 points to win the game.
Attackers are
And
moving
I
to
need to
defuse
make
the
sure not to
bomb.
get confused with Blackjack when he said match point when it was on 3-3. We
Oh.
are going to progress towards on action phase. No offense, Jack. No offense. I mean, it happens. It happens. I understand. Like, I mean, even I also do the same mistake over and over again. But let's head back in the game as we are going to see Ethan. No, I don't think it's Ethan. Care opening up the walls of, I believe, from the Visa, and we are going to be seeing a fight here. Ethan using the G3 assault rifle rather than using the normal R4 assault rifle, which currently being used due to the fact that the AGOG has been removed and you can only use the hollow sight or the reflex sight on it.
Staging area.
And it's quite, I would definitely say, an overpowered weapon. So we're going to be seeing Care going for a run out from meeting, but unfortunately he won't be able to get a kill out of it, as we are going to see Praveen. He's going to be throwing a drone. An unnecessary run out there from I move to Lion, as Praveen will take the life out of it. And it was quite ironic to see, because I move to Lion was playing IQ on attack with the same elite skin, and he just got backfired just because of that. And looks like Care will immediately go to contest in the console office window, but still sad to say that he is being cornered on all 4 directions. Ash pushing in from the console office as he hears the dog juicing it up, but that juice up won't work out, as Ethan will immediately decimate Care, as he has around like 5 HP, but still he would
Bomb
still
located
be
by
alive.
attackers.
But for Team Monka S, things are not looking quite well, because 2 of the operators,
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Bandit and Doc, is dead. Now, still, Lusty Boy taking kill off of since I believe that was Gridlock using her track stingers to make sure the flanks won't even appear, as Cruzy to take out Watashiga Kita, who was, I believe, playing from the piano, I believe, in which he got taken out from none other than Praveen Nemesis. Wait, it wasn't Praveen Nemesis, never mind. I'm just saying something here. Like 45 seconds left, and we are going to see Team Selfnade using the advantage through from piano room. This Lusty Boy gets another one, and this time it is easy peasy right from outside the garage car. Ethan with also low on HP. He doesn't have that much enough of time. I believe he still has good amount of frag grenade, not frag grenade, it's the stun grenades to just use them and just push in, but he still needs to be careful on 2 angles, that is the yellow stairs as well as the garage near, I believe, where he's
15
behind from the white van.
remaining. Planting toxins.
10 seconds left for Ash. It's not going to work out. The Firefly will immediately take out the life of Jaeger and Praveen, taking out Cruzy. They don't have enough time because they don't have the diffuser in hand. Goes for the fight, gets a triple kill, doesn't work out. Monka is finally defending their first site on garage, as I believe it's going to be a 4-4 in the favor to nobody.
I don't think that looks like a 4-4 scoreline right there, Baba. It is a 5-3, as the previous 2 rounds have gone back to back in favor of Monkas, and it should be very interesting seeing how this match progresses forward. Indeed, they are 1 round away from a match point. We can finally get to the thing that I was talking about when we got back from the rehost.
Yep,
But
Jack.
Jack.
Karma gets the best of us, Jack.
Yes, I do believe there is a saying for that, but I'm not going to repeat that on stream for particular reasons.
That on stream,
Absolutely, as we see the 6-pick come in from Care out of the visual into the dock. And
Attackers need to locate and defuse
this
as
round
many
is
bombs as
definitely
they
going to be
can.
very interesting, because Team Selfmade need to win 2 more rounds.
Attackers
to
have
equalize
located a
with
bomb.
Monkas need to win 2 more rounds for victory. the motif with 2 rounds being the common goal for both teams, but for very different reasons. As we're going to be moving to first floor lobby. Once again, there's always that 4th site, if you will, and of course the consulate map buff. I believe it's been a year since the consulate got map buffed. I'm not entirely sure. Time flies, if you will. But the map buff, of course, added a different site, which was towards Tellers and Archives, also known as Split, if you will. But that is a site that pretty much no one uses. We've seen that site once in the entire 3 seasons that we've had so far of the WTEC Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. And even then, that site didn't work out for the side of the defenders. So it goes to show that that site is the quote-unquote 4th site of Consulate, and is a site that literally no one wants to go to care. In the meanwhile, he's going to be situated inside of administration office. May not be a great idea because there's a push coming into here. He's going to situate himself on the deeper end of admin office for now. Still trying to hold on to this push, mind you, but he's going to stay there and deter the push from the attack. So I move to line here on the Visa stairs, trying to find anyone that he can. Also deterring Ethan from pushing into Visa. We've got another operator all the way down in basement, as Monkas are pretty stretched far out when it comes to their defensive tactics here. But we've got Lusty Boy, Amu to line in care. Looks like Amu to line has come back to site. And push onto the meeting room is also in order from the side of Team Selfmade, but there's somebody up there as well. Watch, she's going to find some footprints down here. The Jackal's going to scan them up, and that is the Jaeger on yellow stairs. Firefly has been scanned, but he's safe for the time being, as Lusty Boy is going to find Praveen Nemesis instead. That's the IQ of the board, and things are rolling once again for the side of Monkas. The IQ is down. Praveen is off the board, and is going to be in a bit of a situation. 5 versus 4, definitely not impossible for Team Selfmade, but will they be able to pull it off? Because they have added the advantage over Monkas, and there we go. You can get equalized right now, taking down Lusty Boy. That is the Sledge with a kill. He's already in Visa office, rotating towards the stairs, and he might just be going up Visa stairs for the time being. Yes, he will be, but there is Cruzy up here, the Mozzie. And as I speak about him, he's going to find Ethan. That is the Sledge gone. And Firefly is going to find Watashi instead. There's also another attacker on Visa stairs, but the Mozzie has dropped down the hatch towards site. No more damage taken. Instead, they wanted to take it out by a Firefly. That's the diffuser drop, but it won't matter because I move to line, takes down Yuno. And with that, Monkas with a fantastic round once again are going to take round 9. And go to match point on round 10, 6-3 in their favor.
I mean, I'm guessing that we said like around 9 to 10 times that we said match point. Bro, man, casting life is so damn hard, but still we do it anyways. And alright, as we proceed on to round 10, it is match point indeed for Team Monka S, as we are going to see them defending from console office.
Console office is the side of defense once again, as I believe that is the Sledge being 6-picked in from the side of the attackers. I couldn't exactly catch any 6-pick coming out from the side of Monkas. I was just writing down all of my wired information right here. And we will, of course, be moving into the rest of the game. Nice and quickly. Match point 6-3. Baba, do you think that Team Selfmade could potentially pull something out? A huge comeback, maybe? Maybe? Or maybe not?
I mean, since we did see on Monka S's perspective when they first went from attack, they just lost. They won 3 times on attack on Garage Console Office when Selfmade was on defense, and then they brought it back up on 4th, 5th, and 6th round, which made them equalize the round. So I believe there is quite a higher chance for Team Selfmade to run this one out, but we are going to see a spawn kill coming in from Kerry. He won't be able to find anything, but actually he's going to tag quite a lot to Yuno 2K, but I move to Lion will take out Ethan. A lot of aggressive plays coming on the side of Monka S. I believe this is what I like to call a double spawn peek. One spawn killing, a spawn peeking right out from yellow stairs, and the other one from the piano window. Eventually, it quite works out in the favor of Monka S, because that is Ethan gone. The heavy aggressor Ash is out of the play here. But sad to say that even the heaviest roamer Vigil will also go down, as Matashiga Kita will be there to equalize the man count. Drone work coming in from the attackers of Thermite, and it eventually gets denied because Firefly and Kale, both of them are currently being situated from the console office. With easy peasy, the diffuser on his hand, I believe there is a higher possibility for them to go for a push in admin office to open up the wall from meeting and then go for a huge plant here. But sad to say that there are two players who are currently holding that site here, Lusty Boy and Cruzy, who is playing as Mai and Goyo. And with that, a lot of heavy defense being going around from the defenders. Firefly playing from the yellow stairs, as Easy Peasy will proceed to repel from the console office, doing the same old thing. Hopefully, to make sure that he would get one or two operators out by surprise. And I'm quite surprised to see Goyo is using the TCSG shotgun with an ACOG side rather than using the Vector. As I do recall, the TCSG shotgun was quite nerfed a bit rather than having, I believe it was 93 damage from the beginning, and it was
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Brought back to 85 damage. In fact, if you have to hit it, you have to hit it both in the body. And just like I was talking about it, Easy Peasy is down from the meeting hall, and Watashiga will eventually try to get a kill from Doc just to get rid out from Lusty Box on the double door. Double deck. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage being done from both of the players, as a lot of carnage being established here. And just like I said it, Team Self-Nade, this might be a higher possibility for them to, get a chance to,
Attackers are activating
equalize the round and hopefully put it to overtime, because this is, I would say, the post plant for Team Monka S, and they need to figure out a way to clutch it out here. Firefly, Cruzy, both of them being in the hallway, and I believe Cruzy is at the connector. He won't be able to find anything, but still sees the leg of the IQ, and he will take out Praveen. The only problem is he needs to find Easy, which is currently being situated from the meeting room, and they will successfully get it. Cruzy with the triple kill on the TCSG will finally claim the victory over on Team Self-Made, and they will win the match on Division 3.
Oh boy, what a match we've had here, and what a finish indeed coming out from Cruzy, as the match has been won by Monkas. No comebacks coming out from the side of Team Self-Nade. Monkas are your victors here on a Consulate. 7-3 is the score line that they have won by, and of course this score card is post rehost, but as it were, it's not really gonna matter too much, as that's going to do it for the day. Day 4 of Division 3 has been over and dealt with, ladies and gentlemen. We will, of course, be moving into Division 2 plays starting tomorrow, so that should be very exciting. And sports reaction coming to your screens tomorrow onwards. But for tonight, that is going to be it from myself, Blackjack, and my co-caster, Babagusa, and our admin, Mr. Reborn. And we will see you tomorrow with Division 2. Stay tuned and good night.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
the earth. Justice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.